May 13th, 1971. Stevie Wonder turns 21 years old and his Motown contract expires on the spot. For the first time in his life, he's free. No more producers telling him what to play, no more Motown formula. 2 weeks later, he shows up unannounced at a studio in New York, knocks on the door, and asks to meet a 1,000-pound synthesizer named TONTO. He proceeds to play everything himself: drums, keys, bass, harmonica, vocals, all Stevie. The back of this album literally reads, "This album is virtually the work of one man. This is music of my mind, and Stevie Wonder is finally free to fly."
Every day I wanna fly my kite, and every day I wanna fly my kite, and every day I wanna get on my camel and ride. Ooh.
I'm Adam Maness.
And I'm Peter Martin.
And you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Music Explored.
Explored. Brought to you today by Open Studio. Go to openstudiojazz.com for all your jazz lesson needs. Peter, we're exploring like crazy
Oh,
today.
my goodness.
We're going to explore the hell out of this record.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder's 1972 Music of My Mind. It feels like, and I know it's not, I know at this point he'd made 14 albums before this one.
Yeah.
But it feels new. It feels
Right.
like the start. It feels like an emerging artist somehow, even though Stevie had already been making music for a decade.
Right. But I mean, it kind of is. It's like, it's a segue. I think it's a pivot point. This is the launch pad. I want to nominate that we call it the quiet launch pad of his classic period, and we'll debate what is inclusive of that.
So all the way up through.
Well, no, let's not even,
Okay,
let's not go against each other yet. But I mean, what we do definitely agree on, and I think most people do, is that this was the beginning of a classic period. How far that goes is an interesting question. But I say quiet launchpad because this was like, I mean, the record doesn't start out quiet. You can hear that.
It starts out so good.
And quality-wise, and like this was kind of a revolutionary record from a technological standpoint, from a sonic standpoint, from people's expectations of Stevie Wonder in those 14 previous albums. But this was not, there was no big hits on this, no Grammys, which basically, this was the only record over a 20-year stretch from before this all the way up to, I think, like in Square Circles or something, into the 80s, that he didn't have Grammys and or hit singles from every record except this one.
I mean, it's almost like this was the aperitif. This was like
the amuse-bouche.
The amuse-bouche. This was like, everybody was like, wait, what is going on with music on this album? Like, what is happening here? It had to have felt, I wasn't alive, but it had to have felt so fresh and so new. From an artist that you kind of already have known, it must have taken people aback. But you're right, it is kind of weird that there were no huge hits from this.
Yep.
I mean, great songs, just no enormous hits for whatever reason.
Right.
And crazy that there were no Grammys for this. He started winning Grammys in the very next album, Talking Book, and then, won like 3 Album of the Year Grammys in the 70s. It was incredible.
Yeah. The next 3, I think, all won Grammys.
I mean,
and Talking Book actually came out 72 as well. So it wasn't like
same
he
year.
didn't have hits that year.
Well, we'll talk about that.
And the year before.
It's not like he went into this run of albums that he's about to make and just like was like, here's this album and here's this album and here's this album. A lot of people might not know that, these tracks were done over, the albums were done with different tracks over different periods of time. So it's like all these sessions, just a bunch of songs.
Right. So, exactly. So let's get into that. So we're talking about May. I'm going to take you back to a little time that you might not remember due to not being bored yet. But I was there. I was but a infant.
Yeah, what do you remember about 72?
Not a lot, but I'm going to take you back even more. 1971, right? So Stevie Wonder turns 21. His Motown contract expires on his birth date. That was part of the deal. Motown throws a big party for him, Barry Gordy, the whole thing. I'm sure there was the hope and expectation, although probably pretty dim, that Stevie was going to re-sign immediately with Motown and they're going to keep on making hits and everyone's going to be making money and everything. That's not what happened. The day after the party, Stevie's attorney served Barry Gordy and Motown with a notice that says, he's out of contract, this is over, we're doing our own thing. In one of what would become one of the savviest business decisions in the history of the recording industry and what would become a template for many other huge superstar contracts up to this day, Taylor Swift and everything.
We talked about this when we talked about the Songs in the Key of Life episode. We talked about the charts on the Songs in the Key of Life, but a lot of people don't give Stevie credit for, I mean, he's obviously a musical genius from a very young age, but don't forget, he started in the music business at a very young age, and he is incredibly savvy at the business part of this. And this deal, I think, is really a testament to that he bet on himself.
Right.
And he ultimately won.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, he was like, it was a 2% royalty rate. He'd made a bunch of money as before he was 18, and then even through when he was 21 with his contract, but it was on a really low royalty rate, which is pretty typical at that time. But he was able to get a deal all the way up to 14%, which I don't think had been done.
That's awesome.
And he was also able to retroactively get back half of his publishing that they had been holding back on him for that time up to them, because he'd been writing all this incredible
I mean,
music.
he deserves all of it and more.
Yeah. But what happened was just a couple of months before this, a record came out that was called Zero Time by this 1,000-pound synthesizer and a couple gentlemen, Malcolm Cecil and Robert Margouleff, who had the band Tonto as well, and the Expanding Headband, I think was the name of the band.
Yeah.
And they made this record Zero Time, and it was not like a huge hit or something, but Stevie Wonder heard it. And I just want to play them kind of talking about this as opposed to me fumbling my way through the history, because there's some great interviews that are out there from the principals. There's going to be 3 individuals that are kind of had their hands. Obviously, Stevie Wonder had his hands all over this record, but there's 2 other folks as well.
The first album is actually the first alternative album in I guess it was 1971, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1971, Tonto's Expanding Headband, Zero Time. And it was put out by Herbie Mann, who had a label called Embryo, which was distributed by Atlantic back then. And that was how Stevie Wonder came to find us, was through that album. He rolled up at Media Sound one day with the album under one arm and a friend of ours on the other arm. A fellow called Ronnie Bianco.
Yeah, we didn't leave the studio for 5 years after that.
Amazing.
It's so great.
By the way, a lot of buzzwords from the late 60s, early 70s in there. Herbie Mann,
yeah, shout out. Great
Embryo
jazz
Records.
flatters.
Come on now.
That was like his vanity label on there. Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, so this record, Stevie, I mean, he had just heard it. Well, it could have been before March, because it came out in March of 71. But I just want to give you a little bit of a sample. You ready to have your head expanded?
Hit me.
Right, with an incredible expanding headband?
Did you put something in the coffee here?
Yes.
Excellent. That's dope, actually. That's really good.
This is some of the more accessible part of the record I was able to find, too, just to let you know. But I mean, it's, there
are electronic artists who are trying to do that today.
I know. And I mean, we think about, of course, this sounds dated in a way. I mean, it sort of places it at a time, maybe like a documentary is going on about, some plants that were transported from one continent to another into a laboratory with a fancy accent or something. But I mean, I think what you can hear, because just a couple months later, this is happening. Literally, like in May, when he goes in the studio over Memorial Day weekend, holding their record, this Zero Time Tonto record, saying, "Are you the guys who made this? I want to get access to that machine. I'm Stevie Wonder. I have some ideas about what I can record." He's only like 10 days out of his contract, and they go into the studio then for 5 years and make some of the greatest recorded music of all time.
Man, I love that you just framed that Tonto like that. Can you play that album again one more time?
Yeah, the whole thing.
As we venture deeper into the Amazon for the venomous gecko. Doesn't it sound like that would be it?
Totally,
Like the music to some grainy documentary?
Right. What it might have led to Stevie's Secret Life of Plants a few years later.
Yeah.
But I think Stevie, okay, so there's a technology of this. So it's like, what is Tonto? There was synthesizers before this, right? But Tonto was a very special thing because it was, you'll see some graphics of this. It might scare you, make you think you're in Star Wars or one of those other shows from that time. Battlestar Galactica.
I mean, I assumed if it was a synthesizer, it looked a lot like what we have on the table here, which is, 2 octaves, and it weighs about 6 pounds, maybe.
It was a ton.
Cost about $300?
It was a ton, my friend. It was priceless, literally. Oh, it's in a museum in Canada. I really want to go. Can we take a field trip?
Let's go.
Let's do a field trip.
A Tonto trip, yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, so there's Cecil and Margouleff. These 2 guys were instrumental to everything that happened on this record, because basically when Stevie shows up, they did have a mutual friend, this guy, Ronnie Blanco. I love that name. Isn't that somebody who's going to drop you
Ronnie
off?
Blanco?
Yeah.
That's a great name.
So he was playing bass, I guess, with Stevie. They had some gigs on Long Island or something. And somehow Stevie's talking to him or whatever. He finds out, he's like, "Oh, I know those guys." And Stevie's like, "Can you please take me to them?" And it was over the Memorial Day weekend. And one of them, I can't remember, I think it was I think Malcolm Cecil lived in the building or something. He said he was like getting out the shower and he looks out and Stevie's wearing he describes it as a green pistachio suit.
Amazing.
Holding the album.
Amazing.
And like they could have been like, no, come back, we're closed. And he's like, no, I'll come down, open up the studio. And like they just started creating, they cut like 17 songs that first weekend.
Oh my God.
That spanned not only on Music of My Mind, but all the way to Fulfillingness First Finale. Well, it's a little bit unclear what the breakdown, but there's definitely stuff that they used throughout the classic period of those
Can
four
we just
records.
shout out bassist Ronnie Blanco, who introduced Stevie to these guys? Like,
Right. Who doesn't play on any of this.
maybe the most important musician of the early 70s,
I know.
you know, without even playing a note on these albums.
Oh, it's so
incredible.
Yeah, it says bassist Ronnie Blanco showed up with Stevie dressed in a pistachio green suit. I was having to check. I was like, was it pistachio or walnut? He got dressed, ran downstairs, and invited them in to see the machine. They recorded 17 songs that weekend. So
Unbelievable.
So you've got the technology in terms of they have this multi-timbral synthesizer. And just to show people, like, show them like monophonic synthesizer, which was the only thing available.
Well, yeah.
Like,
So
it means you're not playing chords. Right.
play one note at a time.
Right. Like play a C triad. Yeah, you can't do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah. So Tonto was pretty much, I think there were some other things, but it was the only thing that people could actually
But
get
again,
to work.
I assume the Tonto, like this Yamaha reface, just had a switch where you can go from this to this.
Oh my God, yeah, except it included a whole room, and by switch it meant someone had to act, there was like a telephone operator.
And I assume it took 4 AA batteries like this.
It did not, it took a whole village of power. So super exciting. So I want to play just one more thing of sort of how they're talking, and then we're going to get into the music, the important part. But I do think, please, I think this framing of like the technology. So Stevie's got sounds in his mind, but now he's got new sounds also. He's already written hits. He's a great pianist, harmonica. He can play drums.
One of the greatest singers who ever lived.
Right, right. In fact, just that very year, 1971, his last record, which had a huge hit on it, as did many of his previous ones, you might remember this from 1971.
Oh, yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Very Motown.
Very Motown.
Yeah.
I mean, QA, quality control, QC.
Man.
Tight arrangement.
So good.
So this was just the year before. The same year. This
Same
is
year.
1971.
Oh
This
my
is his last record on his junior contract. Yeah, and so, obviously he already had the voice, he already had the music, he had all this, but he was hearing some other stuff.
Yeah.
And the Motown system at that time didn't really allow for that. They were like, no, we know what works. We're about making hits. This is called Hitsville, my friend.
Yeah.
This isn't called Artistryville, although it was very artistic as
Absolutely.
well. And I think what you saw here, then Stevie went out on a limb. He financed all this himself. He was out of contract. He, found these guys. They got into the studio and, were able to make four to six, depending on how you count it, four of the most incredible records of all time within just a couple of years.
We talked about this on the Marvin Gaye What's Going On episode that we did.
Yeah.
But it's like Berry Gordy and the Motown hit machine, right? This camp, basically, or this university.
Yeah.
To make these superstars, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, the Supremes, inevitably, they get so good at what they're doing that they want to break out of the mold that the machine has put them in.
Right.
And all of them end up making this incredible art later in their lives after Motown. But you have to credit Motown for basically upping the quality level of already great artists and putting them all together too, so they were interacting with each other and talking about this stuff and learning from each other and working on music together. And it's really unbelievable when you think about around the same time as What's Going On, and then what Michael does later in the decade. It's pretty, and what Diana Ross does later in the decade. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. So one more clip of Malcolm Cecil talking about kind of what was in the air at that time.
Stevie was a keyboard player, and his principal need from us was to provide him with the sounds and the technical expertise to enable him to get what he had in his head. That's why we called the first album Music of My Mind, because it was music that was in his head. He'd been carrying it around for several years because he didn't own his own publishing. And he was very smart for somebody so young. And he realized that there was a lot of money in publishing. And he decided that when he came to us that he had not written anything substantial for Motown in perhaps 5 years. And he had all these songs in his head, and he was just bursting to get them out.
Yeah, and so it was like really fortuitous that these three met, that Stevie met up with Cecil and Margouleff, because they recognized as soon as he came in. I mean, of course, they know it's Stevie Wonder. Like he's a star already, but they don't really. I mean, he's little Stevie Wonder. I mean, I don't know how in tune and how much they're keeping up. They know he knows how to make hits, right? But I don't think anybody could have predicted like the prodigious talent and like just outpouring that he had. So they kind of trusted that. Of course, I think he sat down. Well, he did. He immediately sat down and they're like showing him the keyboards, not only TONTO, but all the different things they have in the studio. And they're kind of like, oh my God, whatever our other plans are in life, like
let's change them.
This is the mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like no contracts. There was no like, they said at one point, like 6 months into it, Stevie would just sort of like give them money to kind of keep the studio going. They ended up moving it down to Electric Ladyland later in the year, all the keyboards and everything, so they could be in a more comfortable environment. But like the three of them were on a mission, and like they would come in and record. Stevie liked to work at night, famously, still does. Like he'd come in the evening and they'd work for 12 hours overnight. When the sun came up, they'd be done, but then they'd come back. Like they just all got it, you know? So it's like one of those times, no social media to get in the way, maybe we could say, like no distractions or whatever. And it was an incredible thing.
Well, it's interesting to hear what he just said about how Stevie was saving these songs, like the music in his mind. Because it does, you know, I mentioned in the beginning how it's like, how this feels like a first album almost. Yeah. And it kind of is in that regard, if he's saving all this music. Because, you know, there is this thing of like an artist's first album is really, really great because they've been working on it their whole lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the second album is much more difficult because they got everything out in the first album. It just turns out Stevie had about 15 albums worth of material in there.
Exactly.
From the time he was a kid. It's incredible.
And when we talk about Music of My Mind, Talking Book, Innervisions, and Fulfillingness First Finale to the Classic Four.
Wait.
Those are all, like, there's overlap from 72, 73, no, 71, 72, 73, and even into 74, probably among all those albums. There's a little bit of debate, even among the people that there's a little bit of conflicting information.
So you're not putting
Songs of the Key of
You're
Life.
not putting Secret Life of Plants in the Classic Period.
No.
Hotter Than
Definitely
July.
not.
Definitely not.
No. They're great records.
But not even Songs in the Key of Life.
No, because not because they're not classic. I mean, Songs of the Key of Life may be the culmination of the classic period.
Feels
I
like
could
it
say
is
that.
to me.
But that was recorded in a very different way, entirely in LA, although a lot of this stuff was, that's another story. They moved everything cross country too. But different production crew, a little bit of overlap, different process. You know, Stevie's mature, much more people involved in the record. Like this record is darn near one-man band. All four of those records, actually. But this is the one that has the least, you know, it has Buzz fighting on guitar, on...
yeah, I know, I hear what you're saying
and
about...
that one Art Barron solo. Like, otherwise...
I hear what you're saying. It's
Songs of the Key of
same,
Life is a bigger record.
I know. It's the same process, but
Yeah.
but I think there's a flag on the play there, Pete.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there you go. Traveling.
Yeah. Wait, wrong sport.
Yeah, sorry. Flag on the ground. So, okay, let's talk about this. So when we talk about one-man band, I think a lot of people miss that because they think, oh yeah, Stevie Wonder, he sings, and sometimes I see him at the piano, and, you know, he can play the harmonica really well. No, he played everything on this record. So he played drums, he played bass, he sang, he played harmonica, he played bass on the keyboards, he played the TONTO, he did all these different things. And that in itself is amazing, but you could be like, oh, I know people that are talented, they can do that. But it's the putting it together to make it feel like a band, to make it feel like an exciting experience at a time when the technology did not involve like pasting things in and being able to have automation and all these different things. Like you had to have literally the music in your mind and then be able to be like, okay, what am I going to do first here?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it was drums, sometimes it was keyboards. So
well, I love what he does first year on the album too.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could jump in that and then we can kind of break it down and see the different parts.
Let's do it.
Of course, it starts with Love Having You Around.
So good. What a start.
What a great start. Have we listened to a great album that didn't start great?
No.
Mama, baby.
Oh.
Baby, baby.
Rhodes, Wurlitzer, drums.
That's me.
Every day I wanna fly my kite, and every day I wanna fly my kite, and every day I wanna get on my camel.
All these ad-libs here.
Yeah. And this harmonic thing, it's very bluesy, but he immediately goes somewhere weird.
To the D flat.
Yeah, going up on minor third right here. So this is kind of telling you, this is not going to be your average gospel-y, bluesy, jazzy talk box. Oh, move up another minor third. Back down. And then he pulls it all back together right here. Woo! Very gospel harmonic twist. Pulls it together. And you know what? It sounded so good. Let's repeat that part. Second verse, of course.
Cause you have stuck with me through thick and thin.
Sarita writes the lyricist on this.
Every day I wanna smile in your lovely brown eyes.
Say Sarita Wright wrote the lyrics.
Yeah. Every day I'm gonna get my share. Cause I know you're gonna take me there.
His drumming is so interesting. It's so unique. It's so funky. It's so, like, the pocket is so him. It's so singular.
Yeah. To be able to play that hard in the pocket without, like, precision tempo, it's not supposed to be on a grid. It's so pocket.
And we talked about this when we listened to Innervisions, how it's almost preferable to some of the really amazing studio cats he was using on like songs, you know?
Well, they brought in Purdy on a bunch of these tracks,
which is
the
great.
Bernard Purdy, and Purdy's like, I can't replace that. Leave that.
Hey. It's so good.
So there's already a lot of technology on here, right?
So much.
Yeah. But a lot of humanity.
That's the thing. We talked about this on Innervisions as well. He's able to use this technology, which can seem like even when we listen to the TONTO album, futuristic, and it doesn't feel that way. It feels earthy and raw and real, you know?
Right. So good. So, okay, I wanted just to jump back and just to show people how this worked with the talk box and his vocals, the background vocals, and then the rhythm section, and how he kind of brought all this to life. So this is from the top, can I do this? Just the vocals? Is that something that might interest you? And backgrounds. And so by backgrounds, you might think, oh yeah, he's got those three ladies that I saw him with on tour or whatever. No, this is all Stevie. There's a little bit of Sarita Wright, I think, on some things, but not this. And so, again, music of my mind. Like, he's got to have all this in his imagination and then put it in one thing at a time, kind of imagining what the end result is going to be.
Please!
That's the beginning.
Mama, mama, mama. Mama, mama, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby.
That's the talk box.
Listen, baby. Every day I wanna fly my kite.
And you can feel the groove just from his vocals, even without.
And every day I wanna get on my camel and
But you take the drums away?
Ooh, yeah. Every day I wanna shake your hand. For in the world making
this is
me
improv backgrounds.
It's got maybe your baby vibes, the improv backgrounds.
Yeah. I wanna get
and it's raw
on
AF, but it's precise.
Ooh, baby. And when the day is through, nothing to do, I just sit around grooving with you. And I sing of love, having you around.
Amazing.
And I sing of love, having you around.
While all that great stuff is happening, here's the rhythm section. Bass, and he's playing bass on keys. Rhodes, maybe a little whirly.
There's whirly,
and
yeah,
drums.
for sure. This is so sick right here.
And like the bass, the bass is...
Just a Moog bass?
Yeah.
Or a ARP bass, maybe?
I think it's Moog. Oops, a little... And then here's the drums.
Just so much kick drum happening. It's crazy. That's great.
And you got the heavy pan from the point of view of the drummer. Woo, that bass, damn, his bass drum is killing. And then you got the keys. We don't have great separation on that for some reason. But yeah, just to hear the whole rhythm section. I mean, it sounds like three folks playing together, right? Phil. Oh, come on, man. And then, should we talk about the trombone solo? Should we jump up to that a little bit?
Yeah. By the way, I love the way that, I think that's a clavinet there, but it's very muffled. Like it's on a pickup, because those clavinets have different pickups, like a guitar that you can select.
Yeah.
And so it's on a very dark version of that pickup. It sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna get some great clap at the beginning of the second half too. So we're gonna jump up Art Barron, the great Art Barron, wonderful jazz trombonist and otherwise.
Yeah, he crushes this.
Yeah. Got the little chromatic chord. Then we come back. So he's got these cool harmonic areas that he's been going back and forth to.
That part of his voice is magical.
So good. And every time it's different. So much craziness in there. Anyway, I like this. I like this album.
I get it. It's
Fun
very,
stuff, right?
very good. Man, what a great track, too. Great song. I mean, it's got everything, right? It's got like...
Coming out the gate.
Coming out the gate. You know what it is? It's also, it's like... Because he's so young, because he's 21, man, it still has this incredible youthful energy. We talked about this in Off the Wall, but it's like, it feels like a young person that wants to prove himself, that has something to say, that's trying to change the world with his music. Man, it's so inspiring.
It totally
As
is.
an old folkie, it really makes you want to get up and do something.
Yeah, I mean, this output was just crazy. And then the thing about it is too, and I might have a little bit of narrative on this too, but like the idea, we think of these albums so well crafted in terms of the sequencing of them, the combination of songs, the messaging of them, how they're laid out even from side A to side B. And they are. There was a lot of craftsmanship that went, the mix of them, the transitions. But these were not, they didn't work on one album and then finish it. Like, we've talked about the Steely Dan, the Asia, Gaucho, Tapestry, which was done relatively quickly. But it's like, this is an output where you're thinking about the album, you're starting it, you might move some things around, we're not going to use this, and then it's done. This didn't have a starting and ending point. This was just like 3 or 4 years of recording. Apparently, they recorded over 300 songs. Yeah. And then when it would come time, Robert Margouleff and Cecil would go to Stevie like, hey, Motown's been calling a lot. They really want a record. And they're like, okay, let's talk about it. Maybe we'll try this. And they would just go into the archive. Actually, can we hear him talk about this a little bit? If I can find the right thing. Yeah. Here we
go. The thing that's interesting is that we never really kept track of the hours of how long a song took, because we never really sort of worked with the concept with Steve anyway of ever making, now we're going to do Music of My Mind. This is an album. We have to do 12 songs and so forth. And then we would concentrate on doing 12 songs. We would work for an archive, for a library. We were constantly in the studio. Some of the songs we did in the first year ended up on Talking Book or ended up on Fulfillingness.
Amazing.
It was really generating material for a library is the way it worked. It was an archive of songs.
That's a nice archive.
It's a great archive. I mean, it really hits me as you describe this setup that they had with the TONTO system and also these two men who were like really helping to facilitate Stevie's vision on this. But like, it just goes to show, and this is a little bit of my own thing here, but how important a process, your space is, your setup is. Like, you put, I mean, nobody could have just walked in there and made this kind of music just because the setup is great.
Right.
But when you have a genius like Stevie Wonder and you give him a space where he can just seamlessly, frictionlessly go. There's no friction, right?
Right.
There's a drum set over here, there's a synthesizer over here, there's a clavinet there, and a Rhodes there, and a Whirly there, and the vocal mic is always set up. And apparently that's what it was set up like. He could just go and really explore the space of the studio, and he does, and he creates like these 4 amazing albums. You know,
and apparently
I don't think it happens without that frictionless studio.
No, you're absolutely right. The logistics of it are part of the artistic process, and they started out at Media Sound Studios Uptown. That's where Stevie showed up in the pistachio suit. But
you keep saying pistachio
I
suit.
love
It's like it's a really important fact.
Because they've said it like 7 different interviews.
I like that it sets the scene.
So
I
visual.
do, yeah.
But part of the reason they moved famously down to Electric Lady Studios, of course, Jimi Hendrix studio, Voodoo would be a bunch of great things.
Yeah,
was about this very concept you're talking about, frictionless. They didn't use that word, but check this
he
out.
could find his way around there. And when Jimmy passed, there was a studio, and it was like with Malcolm, me, and Stevie. It was like putting our foot in a ready-made shoe. We were able to get in there and to really get to work. It was a beautiful environment to work. We started 4:30 in the afternoon and finished at 7 in the morning when the sun was coming up.
Amazing.
Night after night, holidays, birthdays, rains, sleets, summer, storms, you name it, we were there. It never was, we called it Stevie time. It was never and we didn't have to leave because Crazy Daisy toilet paper is going to be making a commercial during the day, and I had to break down the drums. Everything could stay.
Yeah, so that was the thing, that the other studio, they were still doing commercial work, but they were very intentional about having the drums, having the Rhodes, having the vocals, a kind of microphone that Stevie could feel, and if he bumped into it, it wouldn't change. Everything was frictionless so that he could create at any time, so that he didn't have to have a helper. Obviously being sight impaired, he could move around the studio without anybody helping him. So there was nothing getting in the way of him creating. And when they moved to LA, to the studio out there, it was the same thing. They actually built out a whole room and started renting it by the year, because they were like, he's got to be able to record at any time. And this is one of the first gift, the quiet launch pad that would come for over the next couple of years.
Man, well, and it's amazing that Love Having You Around, that first track, wasn't released as a single and wasn't a hit, because it's catchy as hell.
I know.
The next track, though, was released as the first single on it, and this might be my favorite song. It's debatable, but this is the song, honestly, of all of Stevie Wonder. So like, I got this on someone. Don't tell Stevie. Okay. But my first listen to this was when I was 16.
He's getting quiet.
And
something illicit happened.
A friend of mine made a tape of it, like, a Maxell recordable tape. So I didn't know.
Was that a special friend that gave you a mixtape, my friend?
It was a mixtape, not that special. Okay. But so I just knew it from this tape, and I didn't know what this song was. But this was the song, and I was like, I knew Stevie Wonder from like I Just Called to Say I Love You at this point, but I was like, young and dumb and didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And when I heard Superwoman, the track 2, and the other song that is part of Superwoman.
Yeah, I was like, you get 2 for the price of 1 on this one.
Where Were You When I Needed You, which I legit thought were just 2 separate songs, because I was listening to it on a tape that didn't have any labels or anything. I was like, oh, we're in somewhere. This is music that I didn't know existed. Like this whole genre of music opened up to me, and it's from this next track.
Yeah. Here we go, Superwoman.
Mary wants to be a superwoman.
That's amazing.
So
but is that really in her head?
So relaxed here.
But I just want to live each day to love her for what she is.
How did he fit together that weird synth intro? It works so well.
And the interlude that happens between.
Dude, that's
next level.
It's on my list.
And all the things she wants to be, she needs to leave behind.
Because this is almost like a You Are My Sunshine kind of track. This part of it. Small.
Yeah, his drumming here, again, it's very unique.
Yeah.
Very loose.
Is that chord something you'd be interested in?
We're going to get into it. Follow me to the nerd nook, my friend.
Oh,
I love that road
man,
sound.
the details.
And I think I can think very well.
Oh, and the way he alters it each time.
Very well. And I think I can cope with everything going.
And if you know this record, you're already looking forward to the next time how he's going to change it.
Mary wants to be
the next verse.
Superwoman. and try to boss the bull around. But does she really think that she'll get by with a dream?
This might be my favorite moment, this second verse.
A woman wants to be a superwoman.
All the BVs.
Oh, man. They're slowly layering
I just
in.
had to say goodbye.
The variation from the first verse of it, you know?
'Cause I can't spend all my
That chorus on the roads, perfect.
But very well. I believe I know you very well. Wish that you
man.
knew me too very
Best
Hold on
background,
just a second.
best background vocals.
Those background, we're
Yeah.
going to go back and just hear. First of all, that's some of the most copied type of background vocals, rightfully so. Yeah, see, he's copying it right now. Because he's just like,
But very well. I believe I know
Oh.
you very well.
harmonic counterpoint, so good.
Knew me too very well. And I think I can deal with everything going through.
Coming up on top. Oh,
Very well.
repeat
I
it.
think that I know you do very well. Wish you
Oh.
knew me like I know you very well. But I think I can deal with everything going through your head.
Amazing.
Very well.
Three times.
Very well. Wish you knew me too very well. And I wish I could think of
So this is all in the,
everything going through your head.
this first song,
Yeah.
key of E, both major and minor.
Very well.
And we're going to transition
Yeah.
to the key of F sharp.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up a whole step. And the way he does it is genius.
And I think
Oh, it's about to start.
with everything going through your head.
This was the end of the signal on the radio, by the way. That was it. Of course.
It's a real shame.
Yeah.
Because what happens next is
I know.
incredible.
This is one of the greatest transitions ever. It's back to the weird new synth sounds, but beautiful. The drums, cymbals.
Now we're in F sharp major. Now we're in A major.
The chorus cycles perfectly in time on the roads. Oh, the Moog bass. Come on.
This is the greatest.
When the summer came, you were not around.
Oh, space.
Now the summer's gone and love cannot be found. Where were you when I needed you last winter?
Maybe his greatest melody.
Man.
Maybe his greatest melody.
I'm reactivated.
Of all time.
I'm
When
reactivated
the
on
wind
this.
came, you went further
I mean, you and
south.
But this is up there.
Yeah,
this is up there.
Leaving me in doubt.
What's the last song on Fulfillingness? That's a
Where are you
great
when
track.
I need you like
Ribbon in the Sky, of course.
right now.
Go on, Buzz.
Our love is
And like how he gets here without it being awkward, I have no idea.
but you say now.
All these synths here.
It's so thick. It was so open.
But
And how he got to so much.
will reflect
The mix. Can we talk about the mix? We're going to do that. Armstrong.
When the winter came,
You're back.
you
Smaller.
were not around. Through the bitter winds, love could not be found. Where were you when I needed you last winter? My love.
Man, both the guests, great
Yeah.
solos.
The guest
so
Buzz.
additive too, man.
I know.
Buzz.
Need you, baby, need you, baby.
Those little descending
Oh, sorry.
chromatic. Yeah.
Our love is
To the bridge? Come on.
at an end. But you say now you have changed. But tomorrow.
Okay, Motown would have never allowed him to like shove these two songs together.
No. And we talked about this on the Talking Book album and the Innervisions album, but the chorus of synths that you're hearing there, it's not like a polyphonic pad. That's a bunch of mono synths that he's playing like individual voices.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Love that will let me down.
energy of a band that this is giving, like I can't almost comprehend. I can understand how a band playing with each other with that energy.
Yeah.
I could not imagine putting this in one instrument at a time by yourself. It's like mind blowing. Not that somebody couldn't play that, but that you could give it this feel, this organic communal feel. Vision.
Man, the vocal performance too. We don't talk about enough.
I know.
We can talk about it. Like that could be the only thing we talk about.
I know. Like that kind of is when you talk about the one-man band. Like we forget his vocals are just revolutionary.
They're so
and influential,
playful, and they're so like he's just improvising these melodies, seemingly improvising these melodies, these backgrounds, all these things, dude.
It's a cool. He's got a bunch of great endings on this album. Like Motown would have made him stop right there.
And they would have made him stop 5 minutes ago.
That's true.
No, it's a masterpiece. The whole thing is a masterpiece.
On LP, this transitions right in, which is, All right, so great. Can we talk about the mix on this?
Absolutely.
I know, because sometimes people start to be like, the mix, what is that? It's just like how the record sounds, right? So you have these incredible elements, but what's very unique about this record, and really during this time, there was not automated mixing. At least it was not readily available. Meaning, like, when you see this typical studio look with, the mini channels and all the faders, like the classic look where it's like the producer's sitting there and the artist, and you're like, should we push this up? Should we do that? That's about the levels of the different mics and the inputs and all that kind of thing. But that used to be in the olden days, and I even remember this in like late 80s, early 90s, you couldn't automate that in any way. So you'd have to listen back to what had been recorded once all the different tracks are on there, and then adjust if you wanted a little bit more congas at this time, or the drums for one section, or you wanted to mute out some of the background vocals. And so especially for this kind of recording where it's not recorded live altogether, because Stevie's playing every instrument, so he's going track, he'll do the drums first, maybe, then he'll add the bass, then he adds vocals, then he adds keyboard, whatever the order is, it's like one at a time, and then he's got all this, and then it has to be sort of mixed together. So they did a really interesting thing. The three of them, Robert Margouleff, Malcolm Cecil, and Stevie Wonder, together mixed this record, and they're talking about it a little bit.
When it came to mixing the records, Steve, myself, and Malcolm would all be at the console together. And we'd all have faders and moves and stuff to do. We called it Armstrong automation. And pretty much the records were mixed that way.
Yeah, so they're all like, as they're listening to it, it's like
rehearsing probably.
Yeah,
all
you have
this?
to rehearse it.
Wow.
And then they also would say, like, sometimes they'd get a mix, they're like, it's so good, so then they print it, they bounce it down to whatever, 2-track, and then they'd come back the next day, or the next night, Stevie time, and they listen to it, they're like, oh, that's crap, let's do it again. So
mix.
That's me remixing it.
Wow.
So
very cool.
But it's such a big part of the process of like how the record sounds to the end user, to the listener, right? Of like how you're gonna, and there's so many just cool, innovative things that they did on this record. So a lot of technology in there.
Peter, I just want to just acknowledge something.
Are we
real
RIPing?
quick. We're RIPing. The reface is not working now, and we don't know why.
Right.
And I had so much cool, just know, listener, I was going to lay some harmonic knowledge on you.
You guys, if you weren't planning on being drugged into the nerd nook, you just lucked out,
Yeah.
Hey, Peter.
And Adam here.
Just wanted to jump in real quick and say, well, first of all, I'm having a good time.
Dude, I love Stevie Wonder so much. This might be our best episode.
It's a good one. And it reminded me of how much great Stevie Wonder material we have over at Open Studio Jazz.
True.
I mean, if you're a harmony nerd, a piano nerd, a jazz nerd,
A Stevie
nerd, or you're aspiring, or you're Stevie Wonder curious in terms of keyboard or guitar or whatever, please come over and check out our stuff.
Yeah, even though the little keyboard that we had here died, I actually have 2 lessons on my Harmony Games course, Peter, just on this album, Music of My Mind. I have one on all of the modal interchange on the album, and I have a full lesson on the last track, Evil, how Stevie Wonder brilliantly modulates around that song.
They're great lessons. I've also got a whole course called The Harmony of Stevie Wonder.
Very good.
Where I do deep dives on exactly how to play, how to decipher that beautiful harmony of Stevie Wonder.
Start your 14-day free trial at openstudiojazz.com/YHI. Go to openstudiojazz.com/YHI for all your Stevie Wonder needs.
Back to the show. This is going to make you feel better. We're going to go on.
This does make me feel better. Thank you.
Is that a great road song?
Though they say you're not my friend, you've been here through thick and thin. And for that little girl, I love you.
Hell yeah.
And all I wanna do is talk about
A great pre here.
I'm here to say.
Open it up.
What are you gonna say?
I love you more each day.
Would you play that chord for me, please?
And I just wanna tell the world that
Well, you
I
are the
love
sunshine.
you so. So they put me
Vocal
down
percussion. Yeah,
because
that's great.
I love you as much
Okay,
as I do.
we're going to keep going through this, but I want to listen to, this is something I kind of missed until I came back and started listening to this again. This kind of has some ASMR kind of vibes to it, the way that it's mixed.
Okay.
Check it out at the beginning. Like they left all the breathing in, right? But not only left it in, like you can really hear it in the mix. A lot of times, you know, if a singer's about to sing something, they're doing that. And whether or not you leave it or not, like now a lot of that stuff is taken out, which gives it a kind of unnatural
No,
sound.
I was going
maybe.
to say, I really prefer when we take out all the humanity and we
Right.
quantize every drum hit.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, well, it's the best.
And how we unplug the Yamaha reface as well. But this is the thing. So yeah, they don't do that on this record at all. When we isolate the vocals, you can hear that. Actually, why don't we just go into the isolated ones? Then we'll be able to tell. But they really leaned into it on this, like in terms of like amplifying that in the mix. And you can hear some of the breathing and then the little bit of background sounds he's doing are actually kind of percussive and part of the flow and the feel of this, especially at the beginning. So this is Fender Rhodes with the chorus. Hear that?
Though they say you're not my friend.
You hear that big breath? Huh?
Yeah.
It's in time.
And for that little girl, I love you. And all I wanna do is talk about you. I'm here to say I love you more each day. And I just wanna tell the world that
It's almost like background breathing.
I mean, it's a song about the little things. I love
Yeah.
every little thing about you, you know? It's very intimate.
So they put me down because I love you
Isn't that
as
cool?
much as I do. But they don't know what you've done for
Come on.
me.
Yeah.
You make such
That
a
bass is
happy man
slamming,
out
too.
of me. And I'm
But that's the mix.
here
Like
to
that's putting it all
say
together, right? You get this beautiful.
love you every day.
Now he's really bringing it up.
And I just wanna tell
That whole tone scale is so
Yeah.
good.
This chorus too, and the background.
The chorus is unbelievable.
Oh, the background.
baby, I love every little thing about you, baby. Oh,
Congas. He's playing percussion on this.
I love every little thing.
Every little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, transition.
Can
we have a couple bars of transition? Man, the bass on this.
There's only one that I place above. It's God that I place above. Girl, I just wanna say, love you more each day.
Greg Fillingham said it. Stevie Wonder changed his life. He said it.
Tell the world that I love you so. Yeah. Some folks say that it's strange. Woo. But my whole life you
Breath work.
have changed.
Oh, this is like early breath work.
You saved all the pain the world's put on me.
It's such a progression in this too. It's so open now, right?
About you. And I'm here to say, love you every day. Yeah.
Incredible. Stevie's mastery of the registers.
I love you so. Yeah. I love every little thing about you, baby.
Let's nerd out on some background.
I love every little thing about you, baby. Everything about you. Oh, yeah. I love, baby. You know I love every little thing about you, baby. I love,
Unbelievable.
Man, man, this is like. Okay, we got to talk about something, Adam. I think I'm gonna throw the gauntlet down now. I wasn't even planning on really doing this. This is a great transition on this, dude.
Amazing.
We need to just sit here and listen to the whole album from beginning to end. That's what we should be doing.
It's going to be a 4-hour show.
But this is the thing. Superwoman, basically the last 3 songs we just heard. Superwoman, Where Were You When I Needed You, and I Love Every Little Thing About You. These 3 songs, I don't know why I'm thinking about comparing these to You Are the Sunshine of My Life, but because that came out 6 months later on Talking Book and was a massive hit. Top 10 hit, maybe number 1 even. I think all 3 of these are stronger songs. I shouldn't say stronger.
Because hear slander on You Are the Sunshine.
You Are My Sunshine is great. I would say I think I prefer these 3 over that. And that's not slander. You Are the Sunshine is a beautiful song. Everybody loves it.
You're definitely allowed your preferences.
I'm just a little bit surprised
you're
that
wrong.
at least one of these wasn't a hit as well.
They're all amazing. Honestly, they're all amazing.
I think Superwoman was the only one that was released as
I love You Are the Sunshine so much. I know it's not as it's a little different than these, but man, it's one of my favorites.
I mean, wouldn't you kind of categorize them?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, they're kind of small. They're greatly well-crafted songs, but they start small with
whole tone triads.
Like we talked about with exactly.
Yeah.
And we talked about with Sunshine is like the way he's playing Rhodes and even like drums, especially at the beginning, it's kind of like a hotel lounge, like a really good rhythm section with this, like you go into a hotel and then you're like, oh my God, this is an incredible singer. And then you start listening.
Hotel lounges you hanging out in.
High-end. This is the Amman. We're talking about the Amman. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like great musicians can be anywhere, but he's playing every instrument, at least at the beginning of all these, very simply, right? Very small, right? I mean, there's the synthesizer stuff on some of them that are expanding things out, but at its core, it's just like great musicians playing together. But that's the weird part about it. It's one person playing.
Well, you know what's awesome about this discussion though, Peter, is like, because we were talking about how they've made these tracks, for these first 4 albums, all in the same, it was just like a library of tracks. It's like, it's kind of one big album, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like because you could hear.
That's why I call it the classic period.
Not including You Are Songs of the Key of Life, but You Are the Sunshine could easily be on this album.
Yeah,
it could easily fit into this. Actually,
and it's that kind of vibe. It's like it's not a ballad, but it's kind of a medium tempo. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna move on. Track number 4,
Sweet Little Girl.
Yeah. So end of side A, and this. Well, I'm gonna let you speak on it first, but just as a reminder, great start.
Hey,
that's the best part of this track.
The harmonicas crushing.
Oh, it's harmonica. That's kind of like his vocals. We take it for granted.
We take it for granted. Yeah. Who else is?
Oh my God. Maybe the greatest ever. Toot Steelmans and Steve. I mean, who else?
Sweet little girl. You know your baby love you. Your love is driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. Sweet little girl.
Man, his playing is so good on this. I mean, his Rhodes playing his harmonica, like this could be a novelty song if it weren't for all that. It's incredible.
Crazy, crazy, crazy girl, I'm in love. Hey, my sweet, sweet.
Oh, there you go.
I remember when I first heard it, I was like, is this a country song? What the hell is this?
I love when Back of the Throat Stevie shows up, man.
Stevie's got range. And then it's almost got like come on, baby.
How many times I've said that to Heather McCorkle?
Come on, baby. I've given you cookies and candy.
This part's weird.
This part's awesome. What are you talking about? I love this character.
Skate a little lower.
Honey sugar.
You know you baby love you more than you love.
Can you see the character has like kind of a droopy face, and he's really trying. Yeah.
No, it's solely theatrical. It's like the highest end novelty song you're ever gonna hear.
Sweet little girl.
Oh, but then it's just so. Man,
You know your baby
99% of the population singing this song would be schlock.
Your love is driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. Sweet little girl. Come on, baby.
Man, the harmonica. I forgot about the harmonica playing. All right,
Is this the only piano on the album? Like acoustic piano?
no,
there's another one.
I think on Evil or Keep on Running.
Oh, you're right.
Somewhere towards the end.
You're right.
So yeah, but what's your feeling overall on this? I mean, this is like this. If there's any song that if we were forced to say is a little bit, well, it's not out of place because Stevie's like singing I mean, like
That's awesome.
It's
What are you
so
talking about?
in there, but
Is
it's
it just
a little-
it's just the character part that's the slow character part?
Yeah,
that's
and even
kinda-
it's almost got like it's almost going into like rockabilly a little bit. I mean, it's cool because it shows his range and stuff. It just for me, this has always been the slightest bit of like a whoa. The only place on this album.
I don't know. I feel like man. I hear it's kind of country. Like I could see this on the Smokey and the Bandit soundtrack. You know what I mean?
But then when he was doing that, remember when he did the Ray Charles tribute stuff when he was younger?
Yeah.
This is kind of coming out of that too. And it's all great. It's all great. End of side A. Do we need to get some batteries, drink some water, or anything? Can we charge ahead? Can we turn
nothing
Can we
seems
turn
to
this
be-
record over because we're about to hit another high point right here.
R.I.P. Reface.
Clavinets. If you like your honers with an H at the beginning.
I'm happier than the morning sun.
Oh, starting out with the two vocals.
That's the way you said that it would be. If I should ever bring you
I think this is the only track with no drums.
He's got that effect on his voice that he's used on other songs
Yeah.
in this run.
Happier than the morning sun.
Oh, the mix.
It's like a phaser or something.
Yeah.
Not a phaser. It could be a chorus.
It might be verbs, like phased verb or something.
Inside my life.
Yeah, something.
4-1.
Sam, Charlie, you know what that is? That his vocal quality?
My life I was a
This is the most the Beatles' influence that you hear, which Stevie was totally tuned in to the Beatles at this time. He talked about that one.
That would have been awesome collaboration.
Yeah.
If like the Beatles would have hung around for just a couple more years.
I know.
And then
I mean, they were so influential on Steve, on everybody, and Stevie always had his ear to the pop ground.
but they have some similar sensibilities, especially arranging wise and
Yeah.
orchestration wise.
And actually, it's interesting because this, Happier Than the Sun, first track on side B, and Sweet Little Girl last on A, shows the biggest range for Stevie.
I also
Because
love
this is not like soul, R&B, Motown.
No,
you know.
this is like a folk ballad almost.
Yeah.
But I love the folk ballads he does where he's playing clavinet
Yeah.
as the guitar.
As a guitar,
It's
exactly.
Essentially playing
And
the
it's
role
like,
as the acoustic
and it's
guitar.
the drums too, because it does. And then he's got the syncopations on the inner lines.
Ever since the day you came inside my life. Dum, 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 bum, bum. Dum, dum, bum. I love you.
I mean, it almost has like you're right, like a Beatles or like even like a Led Zeppelin going to California kind of
Yep.
thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I mean, Stevie can take influences and like
Yeah, there's
so
like James
directly
Taylor
apply
in there.
them, like no problem. Like no shame in his game for doing that and personalize it in a great way.
Oh, what a move! What a move!
Yeah, this is just like expert craftsmanship, songwriting, you know.
Yeah.
And it goes on for 2.5 more minutes. Of
It
this
reminds me of like
wonderfulness.
that behind the scenes in We Are the World where he's like showing Bob Dylan how to sing like Bob Dylan. It's like he can like, I'm gonna do a folk song, but it's gonna be like the best folk song, like acoustic guitar folk song.
Right.
And they were like, Stevie, you don't have an acoustic guitar here. It's like, yeah, but I'll
use my Honer.
use my Honer clavinet. We're gonna make it work. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it kind of is. It's almost disguised in a way, especially because, like, for me, I listened to this album. This was not like a rate. I mean, I heard this obviously way after it. Well, not way after it came out. Whenever I got into Stevie, but even like early '80s, there was a big like Stevie was really hitting big, and he had like Musicarium and like the best of albums and stuff. So a lot of these records kind of came back or were always there. But the idea is like this. He has a way of cloaking a folk song or like a rock or rockabilly or country or whatever in his sound in a way that is not like everybody's just like, man, he was making the best soul and R&B. Like this is not an R&B record. I don't think this is an R&B. I don't think it's a soul record. I mean, or a blues record.
It's a Stevie Wonder
It's
album.
a Stevie Wonder. And I know that's like cliche to be like only, but those elements are there.
Bro, you know how I feel about it. Every artist is its own genre, in my
Right.
opinion.
But I mean, but this No, well, that's great. Okay, why do I keep playing that? That's really
Especially these great artists.
like this is a soul R&B. This is a Motown record, and like Stevie sort of transcends it in a way. But like what he's doing from this on is like that's some genre defying. It's genre defying, but it's also inclusive of so many genres. So it's like it's a genius mix that he does. Like he takes in influences without giving a shit. He's just like, hell yeah, if I like it, I'm bringing it.
Hey Peter, let me ask you a question.
Hey Adam,
did you know? Do you know that we do full performances of a track from one of these albums on every episode?
Man,
at the end of the.
Can we do it at the end of today?
Yeah, let's do Superwoman.
Not only if you come up with a cool arrangement.
I'm going to try my best.
Okay.
But did you all also know that it's not just at the end of the episodes, but we actually have our own YouTube channel just for the tracks. Many of them are from songs from You'll Hear It episodes. It's Open Studio Music, just YouTube, Open Studio Music, and you'll see, all of these incredible tracks that our team has put together here that we've played on.
Yeah.
Caleb and Bob have played on over the years, from songs from Off the Wall, from Thriller, from Songs in the Key of Life, from Asia, from, I don't know why I'm hitting the mic. Charlie Parker with strings. We just did Just Friends. Check it out, Open Studio Music on YouTube.
There you go. Or Spotify, or wherever you get your music.
Okay.
Should we move on?
One of my favorite songs. I mean, they're all my favorite in their own way. It's like nine children. It's like I had 9 children, and they're Stevie's kids, but it's like I don't want to get too deep in this metaphor.
Turn on the reface.
But this one's one of my favorite. Girl Blue, amazing.
Yeah, another great intro. Symbol abstractions.
Hello morning, good morning to the one I love. Crystal ringlets paint a picture of a gold sunrise above. Little girl, you said,
and the sun comes out.
Quick chorus. I love it.
But what is going on with the drums?
I know.
Like the way they're panned.
Oh man.
And then like he's obviously playing like 3 or 4 different percussion parts all around.
It's thick. Timbales.
Shifting breezes grace the
And this is the most unique effect on his vocal, I think, on this whole record. It's almost like the you and I verb on it.
Leaves on branches for your pleasure, perform a soothing
It's like
it's so atmospheric, man.
It is. It's like he's painting this
thick
painting. Yeah.
Your happiness is due, but still they last. They're in your past, events that make you blue.
Man, so this whole album, great bridge. I was gonna say something. I'm gonna wait.
Verse, chorus, quick chorus,
harmonic here.
Push them aside.
Oh,
A look at life.
Unbelievable.
Is what you need to try.
I don't know how we're gonna do Apex Moment. This is like a mountain range.
I know,
just
man.
like
This is a big song. This is kind of an epic song.
It's
I
amazing.
forgot, man. Well, no, it's all amazing, but this is like.
Drops of rain.
I think the drums being so busy and stuff fits with the epicness of it, you know.
Your lovely face. Little girl, be fair.
It's got that lilt.
Yourself you care. Let others care for you. Before it's
all these little harmonica things he's doing.
Yeah.
Like chirps.
Yeah, but Stevie's ability. Oh, he set that up.
So the greatest part about the song is the mix of minor and major.
Yeah.
These descending minor chords. B flat minor, A flat minor, G flat minor, and then this like F7, this dominant. But then the lift up goes to B flat major.
Right.
Right? That's the 2 chord.
Yeah.
And then B flat major over D. And then the 4 chord E flat. Just for our harmony nerds out there. It's so sophisticated. This whole album is actually a masterclass in what's called modal interchange.
Yeah.
Stevie is literally mixing on a lot of these songs. Superwoman, this song, Evil. There's this like mix of major and minor and all these chord progressions. That is a hallmark of his. Like it is something that he is a master of. Something that other artists, other artists like everybody from Marvin Gaye to Michael Jackson to Radiohead to a bunch of artists, Hall & Oates use modal interchange. It's a sophisticated harmonic device that is not just like 3 chords and the truth kind of thing.
Right.
It is nothing wrong with 3 chords and the truth, by the way. But it is like a very high level device that Stevie's using musically. It feels almost cheap to talk about it because of how deep this album is just emotionally, this song in particular.
But that's the mechanism with which he hits the depth of emotion it. Is that mastery of these harmonic tools.
Absolutely. It's like how mathematicians talk about mathematics as this beautiful art that is like to them they see beauty. Like if you're a harmony nerd and you're into the math of harmony, this is like some high level shit, man. It is just unbelievable to geek out on all this stuff.
It's a great way you're putting it. And I mean, it's like there's nothing wrong with a simple, bottle of French wine that's like, nothing complex or whatever, everyday wine.
No.
But there's also something nice with this complex Bordeaux that's got all these layers that if you're willing to that's what this is.
Yeah.
From a harmonics. And you don't have to know the names of the chords, but you can know major and minor and you start to hear like, how are those? Because and even rhythmically with all this percussion and stuff, it's like this is definitely that don't try this at home.
It's so dense.
There's so much shit going on here. You better be Stevie Wonder and have that kind of vision, and you better have these two guys plugging everything in and then mixing and a real commitment because like this takes a lot to get this out. This is not just Stevie Wonder is a genius. He's in there doing this. This is a lot. I mean, they're working all night. They're working 12 hours.
The thing with the harmonic stuff too,
5 years
with the music theory stuff as we break it down, who knows how much Stevie's thinking about all of this stuff? Like theoretically, probably none at all, because he's just
he's been doing it a while,
pouring out of him, right? But just like the synthesizer stuff, how it doesn't seem, antiseptic or like too spacey or it's like fake or robotic.
Right.
He makes those synths sound organic and earthy and like a human voice. Same with the harmonic stuff.
Yes.
It doesn't seem so snooty or it doesn't seem out of reach. Like the way that he does it, it could get very, very fussy.
Yeah, it's like you see it on paper, you're like, holy, wow.
Yeah, it is not fussy.
No.
It feels so natural.
Yeah.
He's so good at, and that actually is harder to do.
For sure. To make the complex seem easy and beautiful.
He's so good at it.
I would say I do start to understand now why this is a launch. Like this is almost like a buffer record. Like it was going to take the world not that long.
They had to catch up.
The world had to catch up. But if you think about it, it was only a few months because
Talking Book comes out.
But I mean like this.
But don't you think Talking Book starting with You Are the Sunshine, that helps? Because he's like, come on, everybody.
It is.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, maybe that was part of the thing as they're picking from the catalog. But I mean, I think after you've heard 14 hit, records of Stevie Wonder, the Motown sound of what like this is. I mean, for us to look back and be like, yes, this is the beginning of the period and the harmony. This is great because of this. It makes sense. But in real time, and look, this is a beloved record. This is not like people didn't get it, but to take a little bit of time for people like, oh, that's where you're going. I mean, anything great. You can't like just change up your thing and expect everyone to be like, the masses. You know?
That's right. Anything great and new is going to be a little jarring at first.
Yeah,
for sure.
It didn't take long, though.
But now, I mean, we, and like you said, like 2020 is
hindsight.
Hindsight is 2020 because we've been grown up with this. Right? We get
By the way, you mentioned Hall & Oates. Just a little fun fact. You know what they call them in Germany? Mm-hmm. Hall und Oates. Yeah.
And do you actually know that the name of the band is not Hall & Oates, that it's just Daryl Hall and John Oates?
Right.
Always.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
Seems so long. By the way, there is no bad track on this album. It's just like 9 bangers.
Yeah. Man, he has so much of the crazy synth stuff at the beginning of tracks.
He likes to set the mood.
Yeah, he's not scared. That's another thing. I'm sure people are like, what the hell's going on?
Lady love and lady cared. The lady went away.
Now we're in a classy hotel lounge, like the Park Hyatt in
Left
Tokyo.
me all alone to to suffer. And I feel it's not fair for me to fall in love.
Man, he loves the 2-chord, doesn't he? He does love the 2-chord.
2 minor, major.
It makes me
dominant.
question my whole harmonic perspective. I don't use 2 chords nearly enough.
2s are
Damn.
He loves a 2-5-1. A backdoor 2-5-1. Oh, he really loves
I'm
that.
messing this up, Pete. I'm messing this up. Backdoor.
But this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the jazz loungiest he gets. He does it on, there's someone talking.
Innervisions, maybe?
There's another track that's kind of like,
Been so long,
and it's so like loose in a really appropriate way. Like,
since I trusted in someone else.
it's not rubato, but it's like,
Had to see it all for myself. It's been,
you know, it's like the way really good musicians would be reading something for the first time, where they're like, yeah, I got it. Okay, leave some space. Oh,
that the world seems cold.
Jungle Fever, he gets to some songs like this.
But I think it's time in my life to find myself again.
Okay, we're making this a jazz standard. This should be a jazz standard. Come on.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Seems so long. But that's the jazziest thing, I think,
For sure.
feel-wise on
For
it,
sure.
You know.
Great song. Great song.
What are we doing now? Oh, look, he's
I'm going for it.
okay. Go for it.
Because I can't wait for Keep On Running and
this is so
Evil.
good.
I mean, it ends
Man,
on
this
with
is such a
bang.
strong. Again, a lot of crazy synth stuff at the beginning of the track.
And then we
right?
just go to church.
Yep. This is like the back and forth, right? But it's between a synthesizer and the deacon, you know.
Clavinet
Man, what
there.
a vision to have to get those sounds.
Dude.
Like,
Hear that too, the pan of it?
it's electronic, but it's not automated. It's like human and the machine, right?
All these-
Humanizing the machine.
All these Tonto albums are amazing headphone listens too.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. So soulful.
Keep on running,
Shaft.
running from my love. Keep on running, yeah. Keep on running from my love.
The drums here.
Really, really fine. All you wanna be is just a friend of mine, but I know man who is gonna break your heart.
This feels like maybe one he had in the head for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
for
you know,
sure.
this feels
For
like it
sure.
could have gone on a Motown album.
Yeah.
You know?
Keep on running.
And man, he played that a little sloppy on piano because he wanted to, for the vibe. You know, you can tell. Going down that blues scale. Clavinet. And man, how this can be so funky without guitar.
It's that clavinet.
Piano, clavinet.
That clavinet.
It's just piano, clavinet.
Man, it's making me feel like I don't play enough clavinet. I'm messing up, Pete.
Okay, wait, we got to do something here. Because now I'm thinking, I don't think there's Rhodes on that, is there? Which is amazing,
It's just
too.
piano and clavinet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see if we can hear just the piano on here. Yeah. And then the clav. No, that's the bass. Oh, Buddha. Clav on the dominant seventh.
It's panning to both sides.
But that's the whole vibe, even without. Well, the drums aren't even coming. Ha! Whoa!
Yeah, man.
Woo! So it's really the piano that, even though it's sublimated in the overall mix, that's what's holding it down.
It is holding it down.
Woo! Clavinet, that's what's giving it that funk, right? You like that? I don't like it.
I mean, you know, High Ridge, man. Because it's,
And you'll be sad.
That piano, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it.
we're losing. Amazing track. Amazing track.
All running from my love. All running, yeah.
Ah, fun stuff. Thank you, Stevie.
Amazing, man. Amazing. I love the
let's keep
piano
on
sound on that. It's cool too that like there's just 2 tracks where he's using piano. He uses it kind of in unexpected ways. I
Yeah, like
love
on this, you would think like for that kind of vibe. It's almost, dare I say, pre-disco? Am I going on a limb on that?
I was thinking about this. It does feel a little bit like more mid-late 70s than it does 72. But I could
he's
be
looking
wrong
around the
about
corner
that.
for the groove.
Or,
But to have it piano based instead of like, and no guitar, but it's still so funky.
I mean, can you imagine being a musician around this time and hearing this album and being like, oh my God, what are we going to do, guys?
I know.
All right, last track, Peter.
Okay.
I want to listen to the whole thing. And we can get in. Actually, let's get into Desert Island Tracks. We'll get into the categories. So, if you're new to the show, we know we have a lot of new people here in the show because we've had a couple of. We're on a run, Peter. We're on a run. I don't know if you knew that.
Is this our classic period?
This might be. It's all downhill from here, my friend. No, but if you're new to the show and
where you been
and you like it, why not share it with a friend? Like right now, think of someone in your life who you think would get something out of this episode and send them a note, send them a text. So that Peter's actually going to do it. Peter, if your friends and family aren't listening to the show, actually, that's true. All of my friends and family, they don't want to hear me talk anymore.
I'm texting you. Oh, I don't need
I listen to the show. No, but share it with your friends. We really appreciate you listening. And we're really excited about this season. So, okay. I want to listen to this this whole track because...
you were going to tell them about the categories for people that are new.
Yeah, for people that are new, we do at the end of the show, we do... 8 categories, and we, this is kind of a fun thing. They really matter, though. They really, really matter. And so our first category is Desert Island Tracks, meaning if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only pick one track from this album, what would you pick? I would pick this last song, Evil.
Okay, so you want me to give mine, or should we listen to it?
Let's listen to Evil, and then you can give yours. Big C chord. Why not?
Yeah. Moog on the bass, of course.
Again, starting with those atmospheric synths.
Yep. How many tracks did he do that on? There's such a gravity to this, too.
He loves to end his albums with these epic pedals, too. Have you noticed that?
Right.
Where there's just like this one low bass note that drones. Think about how many albums from this period have a similar vibe.
Like, leave it with some weight.
Why have you engulfed so many?
Please don't go. That's for Fulfillingness First Finale's last.
Evil, evil. Why have you destroyed so many minds? Leaving
This is so hip here.
room for darkness.
Secondary dominant to the 6th chord.
Lost dreams.
The secondary dominant to the 4.
Now the groove starts.
Why do you infest our
We're not just on the 4 chord, Peter. We're in a whole new key.
Oh, yeah.
With
Stevie's got you. And he has so much space now in his range starting down there. It starts to move up.
So much love, leaving everyone's
Let's do it again.
emotion.
Secondary dominant to the 6th.
Lost and wild.
Again, these amazing musical devices.
Why have you taken over God's
Now we're somewhere new.
We're somewhere new. We like it. We like it.
Vocal performance.
Think about where he started and now where he's gone.
Your way is not the way
Do it again.
to make
Down to the 6th.
life what it should be.
Sounds like a choir.
E flat.
You've destroyed so much of
open this up.
Oh my God.
Vision. That's a banger. That's a great call. Damn, I might have to change mine.
Isn't that amazing?
I was just like, I mean, could you? But if you're on a desert island with that, every day
I
would
wake
be,
up to that. I go to bed to that.
oh my God,
every
your day
day
would be so epic.
Oh my God.
Like in between, like how are you going to fill your time? You're just looking forward to hearing that again.
It's so deep. And
This is the shortest track on the album.
I know it's only
which
like
is
3
crazy.
minutes or something.
3.5 minutes. Yeah.
No, not to, again, I feel like it does, like, it's almost vulgar to talk about the music theory behind this or the little nuts and bolts things happening.
Yeah.
But again, if you're a math nerd about music, it's so sophisticated what's going on here. Like he leads you, so it starts off in C, key of C, and he leads you down a secondary down to the A minor, then a secondary down to the 4 chord, F major, right? So when you're at that 4 chord, it feels like, you could go back up to the key of C.
Yeah.
That's
or to
what,
5 and then maybe
right,
back
you
to
go
1.
F sharp diminished, and then you C over G, lesser hands, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as we're on that 4 chord, now we're starting the sequence all over again.
That's a gutsy
And he does
thing.
it 2 more times. So then he does the same thing, and that's a perfect fourth up, Peter. It's not like a lift of a half step or a lift of a whole step.
it's
It's a
not an
giant
obvious
leap up, right?
Yeah.
So he takes this huge leap up, and then he does it again to B flat, and then he does it again to E flat, and then he ends on this crazy big chord at the end. It's like it's Johnny Cash's version of Walk the Line, where he modulates so that he can keep getting lower until eventually he's like, the heart of mine. This is like the opposite of that, where Stevie keeps like modulating to lift us up, but he's like going so far in these modulations, it's insane. And it's also really unexpected. Like because he's modulating using this chord that is, it feels like it's in the key that you started in. And before you even, it's like 3 chords later, you're like, wait, we're somewhere new.
Right, because it's somewhat related. It's far away physically, like the key, but it's related enough that it's hard to pull off.
It's hard to pull off.
Because it's like, wait, are we there or not? And I think it's like he uses the melody, the time, and then his range. Like he starts down in that low tenor.
And the whole arrangement just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's like he had a plan for the whole, obviously.
No, lesser hands, it could be kind of clunky, but in Stevie's masterful hands,
that's why you don't hear people singing this song.
So, it would be tough. Yeah. What's your Desert Island track?
Yeah, way to go, buddy. Set me up with that. What's your little track? I love having you around. I love the way this record starts, just as a reminder. You can start your day like that.
It's a great start.
So we got the beginning and the last.
Yeah.
And Stevie famously is great at starting and ending his records, just like his songs and everything in between. But he knows about balance and architecture of albums, and so that's a great thing. What you got is your apex moment, and just to let folks know, this is like a top moment. In a record like this, it's silly to say.
That's what I was saying.
Many.
This is so hard. It's
the
like
apex moment's got to be the last chord of Evil. Right?
Well, that's kind of the genius of this album. Is it's all pointing toward the last chord of Evil.
Yeah,
which is this huge apex. It's the biggest moment on the album.
Oh, is that yours?
That is mine.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that makes sense. We just heard that. So I've got apex moment. I love going for these slightly longer ones. The transition between Superwoman and Where Were You When I Needed You, which is weird and wonderful and just one of the most, I'm going to jump up to it.
And I think I can deal with
it's very abrupt and soothing at the same time, and it's
really good.
And it's like clunky and human and bringing in the...
There's some music nerd stuff
compelling.
Here. He leans a lot on the G sharp minor sound.
Yeah,
which is it's a chord that's in both keys.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It's an E major. It's an F sharp major.
Yeah. I love the way he just like slides into this.
You don't, like you said, you don't even know you're there.
No.
And then all of a sudden, when the melody comes in, you're like, holy shit.
It's just like you're walking around a corner and then you're seeing a new part of the land you never seen. And you're like, there's a valley below. And you're like, let's do it.
Amazing.
When the summer came,
and then, in my opinion,
you were not around.
This Where Were You When I Needed You melody, the whole thing, including the bridge, it might be my favorite Stevie Wonder melody
Better than
ever.
You Are the Sunshine of My Life. I agree.
That where were you? When
Oh, it's
I
great.
needed you? It's so well written and so beautiful.
Yeah.
Bespoke playlist. So if you were to put this album in a playlist on, Apple Music or Spotify with a bunch of other albums, what would you call that playlist?
The actual classic run.
Oh, so you would fill it with the 4 albums from the classic run,
Yeah.
and call it the actual classic run, and you
Just
would
so that
leave out songs in the key of life. I'm
Well,
guessing.
and Hotter Than July and
You're
Musicarium and
insane.
a bunch of great records. I mean,
You're-
because they're not part of the classic run.
We can't be friends anymore. I
What would you call it?
spiritual synth.
Spiritual synth.
Yeah.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
No, it's good.
Quibble bits. If there's anything you could quibble
I
bit.
mean, I kind of mentioned it before. It's not a huge, Sweet Little Girl. It's not, to me, it's not a quibble bit, but I do find myself jumping past that sometimes.
Yeah.
But hearing it again, like sitting through the whole thing, it's like there's so much cool stuff in there. It's a very there's nothing sonically, and that's what I was trying to find. I'm like, there's something going to be messed up in the mix or something weird.
Oh, it's really cool, actually.
Man, even the stuff that I was always like, it's weird. It's like, oh my God, that's the perfect place to have something weird in the mix. His vocals, he's flawless, harmonica playing. The drumming, some people would be a quibble like, oh, he played that fill sloppy. I'm like, he played it perfect for what that was. So
Yeah.
I don't really have any. Sumi, Stevie's perfect. What's your quibble bit?
Well, when I tried to fill out the quibble bits category, I just wrote without even thinking about it, how dare you?
Ooh.
The quibble bits category for even assuming there would be
let's just
a
cross
bit
that
to
one.
quibble.
No, but there could be. Yeah.
I actually can't think of anything that I don't love.
Ooh, so that's an interesting thing. Is this a perfect album then?
Yeah,
Are we going to add that as a category?
it could be. Is this a perfect album? I mean, this is, as far as like, did he fulfill what he was going for? I think so.
All right. Well, he didn't really do that until he got to Fulfillingness First Finale.
That's just because the
technically.
title.
Okay.
Snobometer. So this is, you
Snobometer.
explain Snobometer.
Unexplainable. Snobometer is one Aunt Linda, your dear Aunt Linda would love this, who has more
It's very accessible.
American accessible taste.
It's broad.
Yeah. The Swifties would love it, but
10.
Ethan Iverson and Allen Iverson. It's got to be an Iverson that loves this record, a real connoisseur.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Stockhausen would like it.
Right.
it's a
Christopher
10.
Stark, our friend.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
it. Right.
yeah, yeah.
Snobometer. So I'm gonna go unusual. I'm gonna drift off of my usual 5, and I'm gonna go up to 8 and say that this is a little bit snobby because. Wait, is that what you got?
No, just congratulations. Just for finally. What the hell, man? How many weeks were we 5?
This has been hard. No, but this,
Jeez Louise.
no, it's weird because this is not like an insider. Everybody knows this is the beginning of the classic run.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this is one, but I do think that to say, and I'm not going to say this is the best out of these 4 or 5 or 6 records.
It's like one big album, isn't it?
It's one big album, but this is a damn strong start.
It really
and I
is.
think the fact that it didn't win any Grammys, didn't really have any big top 10 hits.
Didn't have any hits, yeah.
You could say that it's the snobbiest of this. I mean, you know what? The snobbiest of Stevie's records is Secret Life of Plants.
Secret
of
Life of
course.
Plants, which I would totally
love
do
that
on this
record.
show. We should do
but
that on the show.
That's a snobby record. As soon as you say, could you imagine being like, what do you like better from the classic run? Secret Life of Plants. Snob.
like, okay.
Snob
Yeah,
Iverson.
hipster.
But they wouldn't be wrong.
I have a 7. I have a kind of a high one too.
Okay.
For Stevie, I think that's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's not Secret. Like I would put Secret Life of Plants as 9 or 10.
Yeah, you could almost be like, how could any Stevie Wonder be above 5
I
on
agree.
a certain level?
Yeah, but I do find myself. I would say that this is like it wouldn't be the first thing I would show someone who
Yeah.
I knew had very broad.
Well, because in
tastes.
this day and age where everything is available at all times, like the genius and legendary status of Stevie Wonder is well known, right? So somebody that's like, I love Stevie Wonder and I love the Beatles and I love, Ludwig van Beethoven. And so Stevie, of course, Innervisions are talking about, like this one wouldn't necessarily come up, right?
Yeah.
As one of the top 1 or 2.
By the way, just before we get to Is It Better Than, can I just point out some other albums that came out in this year?
Yeah.
So the Rolling Stones in 1972 released Exile on Main Street, which is one of their biggest albums. David Bowie released Ziggy Stardust.
Very big.
Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill.
Get my throat!
Lou Reed, Transformer. Neil Young, Harvest. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. And then on like the jazz side of things, you got Chick Corea with Return to Forever.
Damn, big ass
Weather
record.
Report, I Sing the Body Electric.
Yep.
Charles Mingus, Let My Children Hear Music. Miles Davis, On the Corner.
Ooh, that's a good record. On the
John
corner.
McLaughlin's
We could jump on that.
Mahavishnu
Oh,
Orchestra.
damn, that's a big record.
It's a big record.
That was a big
I
fusion
know.
year.
But what a year,
Holy
man.
shit,
72,
yeah.
one of the all-time great years. I think some
Yeah.
Bobby Womack came out in this year too that was really good.
Yeah.
Better than, is this album better than Innervisions?
Okay. Do we have to do Innervisions?
You chose it.
Well, I couldn't think of anything else. I mean, it ain't worse.
I'll accept that as an
I'd
answer.
say
It ain't
equal.
worse.
I think it's equal. I think it's the same thing in
It's
a
the
way.
same thing.
Now, if they're both sitting there, which one would I take? Either one. I mean, like one day maybe I'm the more this has been great for us to go through these albums because as much as I've listened to them over the years and as much as I love these 4 albums, the more I'm realizing now in researching like they're one and the same thing. That's always how it's felt. Like these are ones that you can like just mix and match. Although they're so well crafted as albums. Listen to this bad boy like I've been doing beginning to end on LP.
Yeah,
oh my God,
awesome.
from beginning to end, everything on it, man. In order.
Accoutrements. Like this is like the album cover, the photo, the art, the inside art, how the lyrics are presented, especially on these LPs. They're amazing.
Man, this is 10.
I agree.
This is a 10. And shout out Robert Margouleff, who not only was like the engineer and the one, programming and helping and doing all this stuff, one of the 2 associate producers. He was the art director of this too. Like this was kind of a small production team considering like, especially how Talking Book, how big it was. Like they were in there picking the stuff. They didn't have like a bunch of entourage and stuff. He did the art. Talking Book, Robert took the picture of Stevie. He literally did the photograph. He's like, after an all-night session, we went up by the hot because they were in LA by
Wait, do we have a bigger team that makes this podcast and made Innervisions? Oh, that's sad.
They were in there for 5 years. But
okay, that's true. Okay, up next, like if there were an autoplay after this album.
Wait, what'd you have for accoutrements?
Oh, I had 10 as well.
Okay.
Up next, what would be the next thing you would play?
I mean, Talking Book. It's the next, of the classic 4.
It makes sense. I put Off the Wall.
4 being in the classic, it makes sense. Thank you.
I put Michael Jackson's Off the Wall because I feel like it's a cousin of this album in the sense that Michael Jackson had already made a bunch of music before he made Off the Wall.
Coming out party.
He was coming out of the Jackson 5 Motown artist, and then he makes Off the Wall as his own like declaration of independence as an artist, just like this is, and it's amazing.
It's amazing. And those are cool kind of bookends of the 70s too, a little bit.
For sure.
Great. Oh, check into our, man, I haven't been doing this recently because I'm overwhelmed with newsletters, but if you're looking for a new newsletter.
Oh, we got a good one.
We have a great one.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying.
They love it, yeah.
It's called You'll Read It, and it's available if you go to you'llhearit.com. You can sign up. It's totally free. Well, it's free $99.
You sign up and you get some behind-the-scenes stuff and some stories about these albums that weren't included in the show. Our incredible producer, Liz, produces this newsletter too.
Shout out Liz, shout out Caleb, shout out Ian, shout out the whole Open Studio and You'll Hear It
Sam Mall,
Andy Stevens, Charlie, Intern Charlie. Yeah. I think we nailed it.
I think we did, buddy.
Should we start over or just move on to next week?
Let's do another version.
Until next time.
You'll hear it.